Happiness through curiosity on the Ranveer Show. Welcome to TRS Clips. What is it like? Like, how does your reality change when you take up brahmacharya or when you just abstain? Like, what happens to your own inner world? Because if you're young, it's sort of a discipline you're putting yourself through. But I'm sure there's outcomes of it. So what's
Yeah.
that like?
Well, as I told you, I feel this was my golden times. I still appreciate and miss so much these times. Brahmachari help you to really focus in what how you say, like, whatever you want to achieve, you will achieve for sure, because all your energy is not wasted. We waste so much energy in different things as okay, normal life, we know.
If you're okay, what all does brahmacharya entail? It's alcohol, drugs.
Yeah, okay, let me explain you. We follow four principles. And number one is, of course, we are vegetarian. We want our body full clean. When we bring meat already, like the word meat is something that is not fresh, and is so much pain in, like how like the emotions are still even there when you see. I mean, I know are very hard to watch these kind of things, but when you see the animal is gonna be killed, this animal already knows, and the anxiety goes even to the whole body.
Hmm.
So it's like we are eating that anxiety. We are not eating something fresh. The idea is to eat fresh things. Uh, People may say, "Oh, but you are eating veg. You are killing
Plants.
plants." But we cannot compare. You cannot compare a cow and you just remove one leg, and a tree you pick up some apple from the tree. You cannot compare the same thing. We can't. It's not the same pain. I know plants have pain, but the minimal, because it's not a nerve system, so we know it's not that pain. So when we said we don't want to intoxicate our body even with meat, means like we are fresh from anxiety, stress. We don't want that in our body.
Mm.
And also because we practice ahimsa, no violence. So this is number one, vegetarian. The second is we don't consume alcohol, drugs, no coffee,
No coffee.
black tea, no.
Okay.
Nothing that, like the
Stimulates.
substance, yeah, the stimulates.
But you're Colombian and you
Yeah.
don't have coffee.
I had coffee, but now I drink coffee decaf. You can take
Yeah.
coffee decaf.
Does it
It's
affect
that option.
you now that you've not?
If I drink coffee, I'm going to be honest with you. If I drink coffee, I will be like this. I will be like that. Like, I cannot drink coffee. Once I did in Colombia, because, it's very famous over there. As soon as you drink, I was like that. I couldn't sleep the whole night. And I drank coffee like at 2 p.m., something like that. And I was like shaking. I say, this is not for me. I can't. Yeah, so something that, not stimulate you. So we don't, no drugs, no alcohol, no coffee, or whatever that makes Red Bull, all these things. No, we don't consume that. The other is we follow celibacy. So we try to maintain that energy. The sexual energy is very, very powerful. It's actually the most powerful. It can be the greatest gratification you have, and when you save that, you can go to another level. Spiritually speaking, you can really reach another level when you save that. So yeah, brahmacharis, of course, they follow celibacy.
For a man, it's obvious how it gets saved.
Yeah.
What is the case for a woman? So if a woman has sex, is it like she loses some energy?
No. It's mainly for men.
Okay.
It's mainly for men, but for women also. If, like, normally a woman, let me tell you this, but normally a woman who had a lot of sex in her life, she looks older. You will see like they age faster than someone who was more devoted or just have one relationship in their life. So
I think it's probably the same case for men also.
yeah, but men is even more powerful, because vitality is there.
It's a life-giving
it's
force.
it's even more strong for men.
Okay.
For men it's more strong, but for ladies you can also see.
The one thing I've noticed is if I'm ever in a, we call it Nofap, it's a theme on the channel. If I'm ever in one of those phases, my meditations go way deeper. Way deeper.
Yeah, it does.
And it breaks if you break it.
Yeah.
So that's where it got validated in my head. The argument here is that science doesn't have any proofs about this. And you'll hear a lot of people referencing that without having experienced what a celibate life gives you.
Well, yeah, that's why brahmacharis, especially if you live in the temple, this is a main one, a main one. This is of course, vegetarian is their natural, but celibacy is very, very important for someone who is, normally they dress in orange, or, ladies sometimes they dress in white. I was dressing in white before. So we take very, very serious that, especially that.
Is there no dating also?
No, in those times I was not dating at all. Like nothing.
In your whole 20s?
Yeah, no.
Wow. You ever felt like it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I was like thinking, okay, when is my, blueprints coming? Or, I was, yeah, I'm a woman. Come on. Like we want to feel protected. But when I was focusing in my practice, later I understood I don't need that. I have a rich, Krishna is my everything. Later you understand that when I was more mature. But yeah. Okay. I'm gonna tell, I have to be honest, sincere.
Fine. That's fine.
Some thoughts came out, I was dreaming when, but yeah, I was as soon as I saw boys coming, I was no, I'm a brahmachari. I was very, very strict, very serious. Yeah.
The fourth one.
And the fourth one, yeah. We don't play gambling or things like that. These kind of games that make us ambitious or, superior than others. So we avoid
what else is there in that?
Gambling, when you do that, what's your mentality? You wanna be the winner. You wanna, your mentality change when you do gambling. Especially someone who does gambling can end up be vicious. You call vicious? They cannot stop.
Aggressive.
No, they cannot stop gambling. They just want to win, and sometimes you're thinking of winning, you are just losing. You are losing people and you are losing your material stuff.
This whole experience of being a brahmachari for 10 years, at the end of the 10 years, what had happened to your reality? It was a lot of peak happiness?
Okay, I was the happiest. Later, how to say, COVID hits. This is when my life fully changed because I was very focused. People were trying, many people, boys, try to propose. And I was okay, let me just 1 year more and I will be ready.
Who were these boys? they were the
Yeah, they were the boys. They were also the boys because not everyone is brahmachari. Okay. Not everyone is brahmachari. There are grihastas, people who wants to enter in, we have brahmacharya, grihasta, vanaprastha, so, and sannyas. So this is kind of the perfect life. So we start with brahmacharya. So I was in brahmacharya, but people were hey, my dear, you're in your 20s, you have to hurry up. And I was yeah, 1 year. In 1 year.
Why did you want to stretch it?
Sorry?
Why did you want to continue for 1 year?
Because I was so happy. I was happy doing service. I was happy doing what I want. I was also a leader in those times. I was a leader. I was doing PR for the project of cleaning. I was going to the government. I met many people for the cleaning, and we actually clean up the space. So my mind was in my seva. My mind was waking up early and chant we meditate, chant my rounds and do puja and dress Krishna. I was happy. I was so happy, so happy doing that. So for someone to come and say, if you marry, your life is going to change, that was a big no in my head. But I knew in some point of my life, this have to change. But I didn't want to change that. Till COVID hit and many crazy things happened, that my life changed. But not because I wanted. I was in my comfort zone. And that's another thing I want to tell you. I was in a comfort zone in spirituality, and that's also not healthy, to be very honest. Like I'm gonna come to that point, but we do need balance. And I had to understand in a very harsh way because I was just spirituality, and it was great. But also I can see myself in those times. My ego was increasing a lot. So I was like, I'm a brahmacharini. I'm so strong. I'm doing so much service. In my mind, I was not saying, of course, I can guide these people because we have dramas going on. We were presenting dramas and I was the boss. And I was like, I was so happy. I was in my comfort zone and I was like feeling proud. Start feeling proud in a spirituality.
Spiritual ego.
Yeah.
It happens to like everyone who goes down that path.
Yes, it can happen. When you have power, being in a spiritual or material way, it's going to happen. Power can, make us blind.
Yeah, I've seen this in every single spiritual school in India. The person at the top is always nice. It's the people around that person who are a little, I won't say drunk on power, but there is a dynamic going on.
Yeah, because you start feeling like proud of your, position. And people is looking at me like that. Or, so I sadly no, actually it's part of my life. I had to learn. I would say it was good for that moment. But now I feel a bit bad because I was a bit strong with girls. I fall in fanatism also. So girls were like, my friends were listening sometimes music like Bollywood or something. And I was like, you will go to hell. This is so bad. La la la. You should just listen, mantras. This is not good. Oh, they were in love of someone, and I was like, no, this is Maya. This is illusion. I was very fanatic before, and now I understand that actually it's not good. We have to really have balance in our life. We have to understand. Like, of course, not neglect at all our spiritual part, but understand that we need to put one foot also in this material world. So we have to balance that. Yeah, so I would say fanatism is also not good. It's good to be spiritual, but not fanatic.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out the entire episode and also check out this playlist that we've curated just for you.